Dear delegates, chairs, dear participants. Circumstances have changed as compared to our plans last year. The new variants of the COVID-19 infection compelled the government of Hungary to impose strict protection measures, which make us unable to have a large conference with personal contact in April. Therefore, the organizer team has decided to move the entire event to an online format. In this video, I'm going to talk about all the information you need to know with regard to the formal and also the professional changes as compared to BIMUNs in the previous years. The entire conference between the 9th and the 13th of April will be held on two distinct online surfaces. The first, most of you may know, Zoom. Zoom is a Skype-like virtual meeting software that offers quality video, audio, and a wireless screen sharing performance. You will also have access to a complex messaging and file sharing software called LARC. LARC will not only be our primary platform to view the resolutions on, but it will also be a reserve for the video meetings should any technical problem occur with Zoom. Both softwares need to be downloaded to your PCs before the rehearsals this week. From a professional aspect, there have been significant changes as well. The topics you've already explored on our website will not be your sole issues to deal with. On the first day of the conference, you will have to tackle problems in general and you will discuss some operative clauses. However, from the second day on, you will receive regular crisis updates. The motto of this year's conference is "The globalized world in crisis, and so the world will be." There will be a complex imaginary crisis situation provided for you that will affect each and every committee and each and every sector that you will be dealing with. Your task will be to find out how your committee can contribute to solving the issue within its own authority and to find solutions to these individual segments. In line with the new format, the debate will go on an ad hoc basis, meaning that no single delegate or bloc will need to make draft resolutions, but instead, you will be able to hand in operative clauses individually that will be debated throughout the 4 days. For the sake of your preparation, your chairs have made committee guides for you, and the professional organizers have also prepared a conference guide, which examines how the pandemic has affected the global community from various aspects. You can access these documents at www.bimun.hu. Please make sure to read the conference guide and also your respective committee guides in order to have a solid common knowledge with your fellow delegates. Also, please make sure to hand in your position papers in due time and to prepare some operative clauses to be debated on the first day. On the 8th of April, in the afternoon, we will organize a Day Zero program that you may join. At Day Zero, we will entertain short presentations from experts and professionals of high prestige from Hungary. You may also join a short and interactive lecture from my fellow organizers with regard to the rules of procedure and its application. Even though joining in at Day Zero is optional, I personally highly recommend you to join, as all the topics will be gripping and also quite useful throughout the conference. We will publish the full list of lecturers and their topics in due time. We know that dealing with complex political issues is a full-time job, and it can become monotonous and also tiring after a while, especially online. Having that in mind, we decided to hold shorter sessions around 60 minutes at a time, followed by regular short breaks of 15 minutes. However, you may decide at any time with your committee to suspend the debate earlier or to extend the debate time according to your common needs. We will also organize leisure time activities each afternoon in the online sphere, and for Hungarian delegates, also offline in person in accordance with the restrictions. It is heavily advised for you to participate in these activities, as besides being really fun and entertaining, they will be a great tool for making connections and possibly forming friendships. An additional thing for you to know, there will be 2 significant changes to the rules of procedure as compared to previous BIMUNs. First, we will introduce a brand new motion, the motion of competence. You may raise the motion of competence after an operative clause or an amendment has been introduced, if you deem that the amendment or operative clause is not in the authority of your committee to discuss or implement. This motion shall be debated then. For further details, please refer to the rules of procedure. Also, we have introduced the notion of a moderated caucus. A moderated caucus is a great tool to have a quick discussion on a subtopic that you find really important. For example, if you are at the Human Rights Council discussing basic rights and political liberties amidst global crises, then you may raise a motion to move into a moderated caucus about the freedom of press, with a total duration of 12 minutes, an individual speaking time of 1 minute. Should the motion pass by a single majority vote, all delegates may give speeches on the freedom of press within the temporal framework, which is 12 minutes in total and 1 minute per delegate. This way, you may get a better insight to the opinions and the policies of other delegates before you start discussing the operative clauses at hand. During a moderated caucus, no points of information shall be entertained. One more personal thing. There is an amazing opportunity at BIMUN that you may use, treaties. You may make any legally binding treaty with another country or other countries, which may heavily affect the flow of the debate and maybe the entire crisis if done right. You just have to get the approval of your ambassador to sign a treaty. For further information, please refer to the rules of procedure. I know that this BIMUN is going to be different than before and maybe even unusual or less comfortable. However, you need to know that the organizer team will do everything in its powers to make it as memorable and as engaging as possible. I highly encourage you to be an active part of these 4+1 days and to bring the most out of the situation that you possibly can. See you online at BIMUN 2021.